Yeah. One love. It's Reece Carter. You know what it is. One and only. Taking that trip to LA to Northridge City College in Los Angeles to experience a meeting on the music business and entertainment business. Hoping to meet a lot of people out there and have a great time. So we hopped on the bus to get there. Coming straight from Montana to LA. Yeah. We'll be there soon.
I'm living life, yeah, just how I wanna. I tell you now, if I ain't never told you, I put it down out in California, smoking pounds of that marijuana. I'm living good, yeah, just how I wanna. I tell you now, if I ain't never told you, I put it down out in California, smoking pounds of that marijuana. I'm living good, yeah, just how I wanna. You know my hood's out in California. I'm smoking good out in California. Ain't worried about a thing anymore, cause I put it down out in California. The people around the town know me well. I bring the heat, man, I'm hot as hell. You know I'm hard, harder than the jail. Sales ain't no boss, gonna hold me back.
I want to check
When
out.
I leave, you know it's like a heart attack. Man, it's called a juice on hard mag.
Okay.
Flavor when I speak the rap.
You got for the guidance, you can run homegrown radio, digital marketing guidance for Revolt.
Yeah.
We got Chef Dizzle, host of homegrown radio, and be the personality at Real 90.
Yeah. Look at Reece own.
I'm DJ Head at Revolt. I'm Real 92.3, homegrown radio, and I'm part-time at Santa Claus.
Yeah.
Is here because they feel something when they listen to the radio, or they feel something when they read a magazine or see someone on TV. Know that that is happening to you for a reason. Like, that's why you are on the path that you're in. And I think that tug, I'm spiritual, is God, right? That tug is God saying, like, go this way. As long as you follow that tug, I think you'll end up to where you're truly supposed to be. And I think that's what I felt. I felt when I was listening to the radio, yeah, I like the songs, but man, I liked how Big Boy made me laugh, or how Rick D's like saved someone from paying their bills. All of that, right? So it's like, once you, and then I felt the connection towards the listener and the DJ, and I was like, that's what I want. That's what I want to do. And it kind of like led me to everything. Starts there.
I think that's a good transition into mine, because I felt that tug that she's talking about, but I didn't know it and I didn't realize it. And I didn't know that this was a career. I didn't know you could talk to people and make money off of it. It didn't make sense to me. And so when somebody asked me, hey, do you want to interview people, or do you want to write reviews? Do you want to write news about music and make money? It almost seemed like far-fetched. So I was like, sure, I'll do it. That's cool. But I'm still going to go to school for something else, because that's where the money is. So I went to school, and not that I was after a ton of money or anything, because I went to school here at CSUN, and I got my degree in liberal studies. I got into teaching. So all throughout my time at CSUN, in between classes, during classes sometimes, I was writing news, I was transcribing interviews, I was writing features.
Say just listening to the radio, but also watching. When I was growing up, there was a cable box. Channel 34 was pure music videos, and then you switched to the channel after that, and it was MTV TRL with Carson Daly. So I think it was my start of liking music videos and watching the people talk on TV that guided me along the way. However, I was always very outgoing. So once I hit 18, I went to a community college. For like 3.5 years, I spent in a community college and took psychology classes because I thought I was going to be a high school counselor. So then I was like, that's not my thing. And I switched into journalism. I transferred out here to Cal State Northridge, and I went full force with journalism. But every single time, every journalism professor gave me something, I turned it into hip hop. I would talk about hip hop somehow. I remember my last thesis statement, which was your like senior thesis statement that you need to turn in to graduate. I did it on hip hop and gun violence. And yeah, so it was hip hop was always throughout journalism for me because I wasn't always your typical news. Hi, welcome to so and so. That wasn't me. So I guess that's how my transition came along. And then along the years, I just took on other tasks to better my journalism umbrella that I have. Marketing, social media, writing, interviewing, producing, everything is under that umbrella. So that's how it all started.
Radio, music was the soundtrack to my life. I remember being 10 years old and literally seeing the radio station. They had street team members at the time. I didn't know what they were called, but I remember listening to the radio, the John London and Niles Party, 92.3 The Beat. Some of you guys probably don't remember that or even know that, but it was a station I grew up listening to alongside Big Boy. It was Power 106 and 92.3 The Beat. Those are the soundtrack to my life. So I would wake up on the way to school listening to that, come home listening to this guy named Theo, go to sleep listening to the Wake Up Show. I mean, countless personalities. But I remember one day I was driving down the street and I seen the radio station. They had the street team member van, and like it was like a sign from God, because as we're driving down the street, I hear them on the radio saying, "Yo, we're on the corner of Avalon and Delano, Jack in the Box. Y'all make some noise." And there's a crowd, and they're like, ah, and I'm looking as my sister's driving down. Yo, I want to do that. Whatever they're doing, I want to do that. So that was my introduction into, you know, radio and promotions and all of that. And throughout my whole journey in radio, got a chance to get on air and have a wonderful experience. And I felt like my value at that point was really showing love to the upcoming artists, because I found at that point the realization of like, okay, I can't just play a song that anybody wants me to play. That was a wake-up call for me. I thought, you work for a radio station, you get in, I'm gonna play the music. No. I had a huge wake-up call when I used to go on the streets as a street team member. And of course, when I run into artists all the time, they would give me their music. I'm like, yeah, we'll run that. Sure, I got you. Not knowing what's going on, I take their music, give it to the DJ, and they play me to the side. They're like, okay, I'll take the music. It was one day we were going to another event, and they have like these things called the promotional bin, where you go out to different events and you have like T-shirts and CDs. All the CDs that I had taken from these artists, they were in that bin. I'm just like, damn, these are all people's dreams and hopes just sitting there. Nobody's gonna take it and do anything about it. I still get goosebumps thinking about that, because that was that wake up moment for me. I was at Long Beach State at the time. I'm like, yo, I want to do something about that. I want to be able to play somebody's music and really give them that feedback, really give them that home, that platform. So that's how homegrown radio pretty much started on the campus of Long Beach State. And the importance of that, I really realized that, and I guess we'll probably talk about it later down the line, but the importance of that, just knowing you never know who you're going to run into. Earlier days, you know, these one artist that I particularly went into, it happened to be Top Dog from Top Dog Entertainment. And that's where our whole relationship with the whole TDE squad. But that was early in the day when they weren't doing anything. They were just having a meeting at the station. And I just had the initiative to be like, yo, who is that? Yo, J-Rock? Yeah, we can take that. And that fostered a relationship with building a community for upcoming artists. And pretty much what the foundation of homegrown radio is, and along the lines had met this guy because he was doing radio at the same time. At Cal State, Long Beach City. And that's pretty much how we all built everything that was going on. But it really started with having a love and a passion and drive for radio, but then really realizing, like, let me take it a step further and give a voice for the voiceless. We provide a platform for not only artists, but for other radio DJs, other, you know, producers, anybody that feel like they have a voice in the community. Within the hip hop world, it kind of expanded beyond that, but it all started with a love for radio.
Yeah, he's homegrown, homie. He's good. He good. So yeah, basically, I didn't know what I wanted to do. I just knew I always wanted to be in entertainment, because, you know, people found me funny looking, so people like to laugh at me. So when I went to, when I first went to community college, I couldn't afford to go like this. When I went to community college, I went up to the professor, to the guy who he's the program director, so he ran the radio program, and I heard a radio station on campus, and I was like, yo, like, I'm dope. You should put me on your radio station. He just laughed at me. He was like, who are you? And I was like, my name is Aaron, but no one calls me that. Like, he said, what do they call you? I'm like, they call me Head. And he looked at me and was like, oh yeah, so that's why they call me DJ Head, in case y'all wonder. They ain't converted.
Yeah.
All right, so anyway, he was like, take my class, I'll think about putting you on. And I was like, where I sign up, you know? And that's kind of like how I got into it. Being a radio personality, I didn't really know anything about journalism. I didn't know anything about blogging, anything about social media. I didn't know none of that stuff. I learned that all on the fly. So another thing to attest to, because I'm pretty sure it's the case for a lot of people, is I don't have any natural abilities or natural talents. Everything I have is taught. Like I learned on the internet. I learned by just pulling up and watching people. I learned so I think the value comes from that, because that's how I got my start at the college radio station, just doing a show 2 hours a week and figuring out a way to make it pop. And that's kind of how I got my start. And then that turned into, you know, me building my brand in the streets and then teaching myself how to DJ. Because I was like, I would host parties and clubs and stuff like that. And I would go and the DJ would be playing music and they would like lose my crowd. And it's like, I just had them going and you just, you know, you messed it up. So I was using other verbiage. But so yeah, I would do that, and then that's how I kind of just figured out, I'm gonna teach myself how to DJ, I could do it myself. So that's kind of like how I got my start.
I think for my journey is a little unorthodox in the sense that I came in as a political science major, and I thought that for a long time I was gonna stick to politics. And I always had like leadership abilities, but I didn't really know too much to do with it. And I don't know if anyone of you has taken a political science class or have been in a political science club, but it gets really intense. And you start seeing things, I was gonna say, start seeing things that you
no shame.
You start seeing things that you really don't agree with, and you start losing the passion of what you initially came in to start for. So and you start realizing that the change doesn't come as fast as you'd like for it to. So you walk in, you're like, oh man, I'm gonna be senator, and then I'm gonna work my way up and be president, and I'm just gonna change everything and help the poor and do like everything right in like one term, which is borderline impossible. So it was my first year of college, and I didn't want to waste any time. And that's the first thing they tell you, like, don't waste any time. So I did psychology, took some psychology courses, and I really, really loved it. It's really cool.
Let me get a view. Let me get this. Shout him out right quick. Let me see your hat.
Oh, this is Street Motivation right here.
Yeah.
But shout out my boy Neil, Street New Birth, if you don't know him, man. There's a lot of handcrafted stuff. He paints, he does freaking clothing, he does a whole lot of stuff. So shout out my boy Neil. He's usually down with the Montebello Art Walk, which I have residency there too. I play live beats, so big shout out to everybody.
I turn into a dot, I'm around the clock. And everything I got, man, I never stop.
Great day in Northridge. First day.
Right on the top.
Never forget it.
Me, I see me burning on a lot of crop. Me, I see me doing everything they not. And honestly, I'm everywhere, man, I'm hot. Cause I tell you now, if I ain't never told you, I put it down out in California. Smoking pounds of that marijuana. I'm living good, yeah, this how I wanna. Tell you now if I ain't never told you, I put it down out in California. Smoking pounds of that marijuana.